Okay, people, to all my TIs, those specifically those who are schizotype or personality disorder like me, you have to look at the world in a different way. You can't look at the world in the way we've been told to look at it. You should not really be racist in this world because you miss so much of it. If you look at Enter the Dragon, when there's a scene right near, I don't know, somewhere middle end, when it's training someone, is telling him, look at this, look at the moon, yeah, and tells him, don't concentrate on the finger because you lose all of heaven's glory. It's a bit like that. When you become racist, you lose all of heaven's glory. So it's about understanding who you are and what components you need in life for attaining an all-round skill set to be the best that you can be. Yeah, you need to stop looking at people through the color of their skin. For example, I'll give you an example. If you're a white man, your basic driving force is intelligence. White people, you would agree, they're the most intelligent people on the planet. If you're a black man, your driving force is powerful, and I'm sure you can agree, yeah, the most powerful people on the planet is black. Anything that involves power, once a black man takes to it, he's gonna dominate it. And anything that involves intelligence, it's a white man who dominate that. And I think you would agree that Indians are the best at spirituality. Jesus Christ was a kind of Indian looking guy from the Middle East, the Indian looking. The prophets were all Indian looking. The major religions were started by people who was a bit Indian looking. Even the Egyptians were a bit Indian looking. So they've got the monopoly in spirituality. They're the best at that. And technical ability, it will be the Chinese. Everyone in Hollywood is now fighting like a Chinaman. When they do futuristic movies and they tell us people in the future will be doing this, they talk about techniques they learned from China, from Chinese martial arts. So I'm sure you'd agree that they've got the monopoly on technical ability in terms of you as an individual without using any artificial device or devices or components of any type. Just maximizing what you are. Now, if you're a white man, you're driven by intelligence and you want to have an all-round game in your intelligence. What you do, you approach a black man for intelligent power. This has to be a black man who's developed his power independent of you teaching him intelligence. But because you're a white man, you can see intelligence in the way he's applying his power. A good example would be Tyson Fury when he went to Sugar Hill Stewart. So that's a guy who deals with power, and that's why he said he wanted to increase his power. But he's doing power in an intelligent way. Yeah, unfortunately, Deontay Wilder is my artist, and I love him. I love both of them because we share different aspects. Obviously, Deontay Wilder is black, and I'm crazy. I'm black and crazy. So certified STPD. So they're both my fighters, you know. But anyway, he needed to increase his power, so he went to Sugar Hill Stewart. Now, but not to learn how to be stronger, but to learn how to apply power in an intelligent way, because it's driven by intelligence. Now, if he needed to maximize his intelligence in terms of spiritualism, he obviously is a Christian, so he's got that already, Jesus Christ. If he wanted to maximize his intelligence in terms of technical ability, I'm sure he would employ the services of a Chinaman. The most intelligent boxer we have on the planet right now is Tyson Fury. Now, if you go to the black guy, for example, Deontay Wilder is a black man, and so he's driven by power. They need to knock out things. They need to dominate physically. Yeah. Now, obviously, I'm sure he needs to work on his intelligent power. Yeah, he needs to find a white man who has powerful intelligence, a white man whose intelligence is so powerful that it's like a superpower. Like if you look at Mike Tyson, he had Castamado, yeah, who's intelligent. He invented the peekaboo. The peekaboo technique, which it's like inventing a technique is like doing a PhD. So his intelligence was so frightening, it was like a power. So since Tyson's driven by power, powerful intelligence is what he needed, and that got him over the line. If he needed to figure out how to do spiritual power, to increase his power in a spiritual sense, he will need to have an Indian for that. Yeah. He's Christian as well, so he's got Christ, so he's all right there. His technical ability, if he needs to figure out how to increase his power in terms of technical ability, technical power is like, for example, when like Chinese martial arts, like normally you don't need to apply power because the opponent's movement would do it for you. His momentum, his movement, it would be a technicality why he got knocked out. It would be a technicality. Yeah, so you need a Chinaman to understand how things are a technicality when you're fighting. Now, if you're an Indian man, obviously your base motivations are spiritual. You go to an Indian man's house, you find all kinds of icons, charms and things like that, so they're spiritually based. If you want to maximize your spirituality in terms of power, understand spiritual power, you go to a black man, because when we do spiritualism, it's about power. It's about power. So we'll show you how to maximize spiritualism in terms of power. So when you find a black man who's physically strong, but he's turned his physical power, yeah, and starting to look at it in a way that's spiritual on his own accord, so he's come up with spiritual power, that's the one that was most useful to you. So you learn how to apply power in a spiritual way. And intelligence, you go to a white man for that, where he can teach you how to look at spiritualism in terms of intelligence. Here in World War II, the Finnish people used to fight the Soviets, and they were known as ghosts. So it was kind of like a spiritual intelligence they were applying. They were wearing all white and it was all snowy, so you couldn't really see them or find them. So that's spiritual intelligence. You need a white man for that. And obviously spiritual technicalities, you go to a Chinese man for that. For example, the Dalai Lama is a Chinese looking kind of guy. But that's a technicality. The reason is the Lama is a technicality. It's got nothing to do with what you can do or what you should do. It's a technicality. It's just the way it is. To understand the technicalities in spiritualism, you need a Chinaman for that. And obviously, if you're Chinese, you're driven by the need to have technical excellence, to maximize your technical ability. So if you need to have technical power, yeah, you know what I mean, you go to a black man for that, because like where a man can knock you out, and that's technical. Technically you just got knocked out, so you have to look at a black man for technical power, where it's like, if I hit you this way, yeah, you're out. Yeah, and that's the technicality. Yeah. If you need to add intelligence to your technical abilities, you go to a white man. He'll teach you how to add in fact, technical intelligence is normally the white man that does that. Technology, when looked at it intelligently, it's the white man who really dominates that. Yeah. And if you're looking to maximize your technical abilities in terms of spiritualism, you need to understand what spiritualism is. So you go to an Indian. So let's say you're a white man, for instance. No, let's say you're a black man, and you're looking for intelligence. For spirituality. Yeah, you be here. You are powerful. Yeah, so you're looking to learn how to turn your power to add a spiritual component to your power. So you're in the Indian's house. So you go to an Indian for an understanding of what spirituality is. We know most of us have Christ. Yeah. So you go to them ones for an understanding of what spirituality is. And once you've seen Christ, once you've understood it, then you go to a Chinaman to understand how to understand the technicalities in spirituality. Once you've understood that, then you go to a white man to understand the intelligence in spirituality. You see, the way I meditate, I added intelligence to it, because if I was just doing it raw like a black man, there wouldn't be an intelligence, but I've added intelligence in it. I'm living in the UK, in the West. Yeah. So this is how you look at it. If you're white and you're looking for spirituality, it's the same thing. You're here, you go to here to understand spirituality, then here to understand the technical bit and the power, and so forth and so forth. If you're an Indian and you're looking for power, you go to a black man to understand the concept of power. Yeah. This is just to understand the concept but this is to actually increase it and fine tune it. So you're an Indian, you're looking for power, go to a black man to understand what power is, first of all. Then you add the spiritual, because you're already this one, you add the technical ability from a Chinaman. Yeah, technical power. A Chinaman will explain to you technical power in terms of martial arts. Yeah. Then you go to a white man to explain to you intelligent power, how to apply power in an intelligent way. Yeah, a white man will do that. So these are just examples I give you. But if you're targeted and you're lacking a component, you whichever house you're in, you must know that. And if you want to visit somebody else's house, you go to the primary rulers of that house and you understand it first of all, and then you maximize it with these. That's it.